So, welcome back to Finnegan's Farm and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, before the video starts, to like, subscribe, and then comment at the end what you think of the video. It all just helps in boosting our own channel, so yeah, thanks for that. So just before we head across to Jack, I just want to mention something there. Farmflix have their Black Friday deal, so we're actually featuring in it in February, maybe February, July, and then the spuds are October. So if you want to look at that, now is probably the time to buy it because it'll be cheaper now, the prices are going up, and yeah, I would recommend doing it because their content is unbelievable. Like, you think ours is good and you like our channels, they go across every type of farmer, sheep, dairy, tillage, so you just get to see all types of farming. So yeah, make sure to download the app, sign up, and yeah, there's endless content to watch there, just in case we don't give enough yet. So even the cows want a bit of it. Here, go membership. Another thing is they have their merchandise as well. So this jumper here, I got when they came down the last time, and oh my god, it's the comfiest thing I've ever worn. Very good quality and would highly recommend to a friend. So yeah, you have until I think the 30th of November, if I'm right, to get your orders in so that you're not disappointed for Christmas. So get on to that as well. So on Monday there on our Instagram page, so go over and give it a follow. We're going to give a giveaway of a Farmflix membership there. It's a 3-month membership. So all you have to do is, we're going to put up a post, you have to put in your story, tag 2 friends under the post, tag Farmflix on your Instagram story, and yeah, we'll announce the winner on Wednesday. By the way, it would be a brilliant Christmas present if someone got it, so I'd recommend posting it. You've been plaguing me with trying to get cattle videos and cattle videos, so here's 3 weeks in a row of cattle. We're joined with Jack, the head man here. And Jack, we're going to just talk about what we done yesterday and what's happening today. So
yeah, so look, we had an awful busy day yesterday. We had all the weanlings out, and we were vaccinating, we were dosing, we were clipping their backs, we were picking heifers out for ourselves, replacement heifers, and we were sorting animals by weight, by size, into the appropriate pens. Yeah. So if you go around there, we have our bulls, we have 4 pens of bulls, ranging from heaviest to lightest. Yeah. So if you come down the bottom here, you'll see we start with our lightest pens of bulls. So they're going to get that extra bit of meal there. They'll get a bucket either side. They'll get 1 bucket this side and 1 bucket the far side, just to drive them on a bit. You have a mix of twins there and young calves. So you're always going to have, say, 15 or 20 that'll be behind others. Yeah. So then obviously you're going to put them here, because when you're carrying the meal, you don't have to carry it. Yeah, you don't want to be carrying it up the shed. Yeah,
there's no point.
There's a bit of thinking. Yeah. Start to get a bit heavier then as we go on up the shed. Heavier pen of bulls there, good pen of bulls. Look a lot tidier there once the hair's off them. And no coughing. That's one thing I noticed since the dose. So beforehand, you come in and you'd hear one wee bit wheezy there. It's usually a sign of lower.
We probably were a bit later with the dosing, but that's because we didn't have the hands.
The help. It's done now anyway. It's done right, so
yeah,
happy with that. So they'll drive on from here now, hopefully. And
then I seen you pouring the old vinegar on the back. What was the story with that?
Yeah, no,
seems to do the job.
I've never seen them as content after mixing them. Usually they fight like hell for the day. It's one thing we've always tried to resolve. Like, we tried lime, we tried a few different other things, but the vinegar seems to work the best.
And we've seen that in our farmer
Big shout out to farmer Phil.
In fairness now, it's some job. Yeah. So you'll see they were well groomed, personally done by myself.
The barber, head barber.
Look at the back end on that one. I know, some of them are a bit dodgy. We got tired out as the day went on.
It got dark too.
Yeah, it got dark. I couldn't see what I was doing.
Just what you do to that lad. He'll be cold.
Look at that.
He'll be cold.
So these are then the heifers. So there's 4 pens of heifers, is it?
4 pens of heifers, yeah. Now we've grouped them up into the heifers that we're keeping. We've a lot of them tagged anyway, so it's just a matter of putting the heifers. So we're keeping into this pen here, so that if there is heifers for sale, that they're not in the way, so we can just work them 3 pens.
Yeah, you can show them these 3 pens. And then the back door opens, because this shed is just not designed.
No, it's not. Look, it was a great shed back in the day, but once
there's no gate that side, so if you want to run this pen out, you either have to run them up the top or down the bottom. All the way down the bottom.
Whereas the barriers are a lifesaver. You just open the barrier and they swing out.
Yeah, but even at that, they still have to jump across.
It's not ideal. No, it's not ideal, but look, it is what it is. We have to deal with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Make it work.
Make it work.
It does work. It does work.
So you have it fairly cleaned off here, I see.
It's fairly cleaned up. Oh look, they'd have it cleaned off themselves now. Really, it's just a shovel full of waste. That's all you'd have, and throw it into the slats. Not worth bringing up the loader up the passage for what they have left.
No, exactly.
So in fairness, they're good grubbers now.
Yeah.
Very
you want to
good
keep
grubbers.
it clean, because if you leave
you leave
wasted
it there.
food, you
And
won't eat.
also the drinkers there, look, they're not ideal. They do a bit of splashing.
Yeah,
Splash
and they wet
down
the
here,
ground.
and you have about a foot of wet stuff here. So I tend to just drive by it a bit. They will puck it out into the wet stuff, the wet part anyway. But sure, look.
Yeah, so we done the mix there. What's in the mix, or?
Yeah, the mix is 2,700 in total. It's 80 to 100 kilos of straw. Straw is very crucial in these animals' diet because it's very good for the rumen and digestibility. We're feeding wheat and straw this year, and it's something we've never really done. It was
Normally barley,
always
wasn't it?
barley straw,
Yeah.
but the wheat seems to be that more brittle. Barley straw, you could barely snap it with your hand. The wheat and straw, it snaps.
Breaks
It's
up
crisp.
quicker.
It's crisp.
Yeah.
So we've 80 to 100 of straw, then followed by 600 to 700 of spuds, and then we go.
And the benefit of the spuds then is it's your energy kind
It's your
of
energy,
source,
your energy source and your protein source. Well,
Yeah.
you get more value from protein out of the meal, but still, spuds is a good energy source.
And then the
protein.
fact that we have, say, the waste, the second grade spuds.
It's ideal for
like
us.
a lot of lads feed beet, but to be paying for the beet, where we get the now, it's not
spuds.
for free, but it kind of, it's the way we get rid of our second grade bales.
Because otherwise they'll be lying around the yard in boxes and then they go
it's
off.
not ideal. So we only bring up so much at a time because you don't want it to, because then you get wastage, and then if you leave them out in the sunlight, they go green,
and they start to rot down and everything.
Yeah.
So
we bring up about 9 ton or so, like you would have seen in last week's video.
You brought them up. Right, so then moving on from the spuds, we've 1,700 of silage, first cut silage. We've 2 different pits. We've 1 pit for our weanlings.
Yeah, see where you have the grabbers in one.
The grabbers in one, that's the cow pit.
Yeah.
And the pit where the die feeder is parked is the weanling pit. They're much the same. The silage, the samples have been sent off last week, so I'm hoping they'll be back this week.
Yeah.
But judging from sight and scent, exceptional quality silage.
Yeah, and there's even no waste on top, is there?
Not a bit of waste.
Would that be due to the bales?
The bales, yeah, due to the bales, the sheer weight of the bales, packing it down.
Yeah.
It's a great job.
Yeah.
Usually, because in most pit, regardless of what you do, you'll have a layer, a couple of inches of waste, but none this year.
So yeah, this is the Wainland pit,
This
as you
is the
call it.
Wainland pit. This is first cut silage. Exceptional quality. You can see there the shear grab's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Harvester too has it well chopped. Very little stem. What you'll be looking for in silage, most of your silage is leaf, plenty of leaf. So we pick that bit of stem there. This is your leaf here. Any of them kind of small, kind of juicy bits.
Yeah.
That's all leaf, and that's predominantly what you're looking for in a pit of silage. Minimum stem and
Plenty of leaf.
Plenty of leaf.
So that's kind of you're going back to when you're actually cutting it and when you're deciding
and
to cut it.
your timing is key when cutting silage. You'd be hoping there the first few weeks in May to have a cut. That's when grass is at its highest value. Its peak.
Yeah.
So very happy
Very good.
there.
Yeah, like even the top, as we said, there's no waste. There's a little bit in the corners, but you're going to get that in the corners.
You'll have that in the corners.
Especially when you're leaning into the wall, you wouldn't compact it as much.
If Hubble got in close to it there, if he wasn't afraid of it there.
He'd be in the lean too.
There's Alan Clark there, he was the man there, he made that silage.
Yeah, only for him. And moving on from the silage, you have your meal.
With our meal then, it's 200 kilos of meal. It works out about 1.5 kilos per head per day across the whole across every Wainland. So
yeah, you get that down in the famous Magali's.
Yeah, down in Magali's.
And they drop it up to us.
They drop it up to us, no, just couldn't ask for better service. But look, we'll see how gradually as the bulls they start growing and putting on more weight. It might have to be up to maybe 2 kilos a day, and then if you were going along the lines of finishing them, it'd be up and up and up.
Pumped them full.
Pumped them, but no, they're doing well so far, and hopefully they keep going that way.
Yeah, so we have the feeder ready, we've hungry cattle, we have it leaving there mixing for about 5 or 10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes, yeah, it needs to mix, especially. Everything else will be fine, it's just the straw, just to break up the straw and get it well mixed, thoroughly mixed.
Yeah,
so
should be you don't want lumps of straw because they won't eat them. And yeah, so we've it all cleaned off, pass away done, so into the tractor now and we'll get feeding
away.
the weanlings fed. So Jack, just in terms of every pen, I can see you slowing up and slowing down.
Yeah. Well, it's all to do with how many cattle per pen and what they're getting per pen. So your bulls are getting, it works out about 337, precise 340.
Yeah.
And then the heifers are getting that little bit less. Then they're getting about 300. So then you leave yourself enough then to just give a trickle along the outside. You leave yourself roughly around 300 or 400 kilos, and that does the outside.
Yeah. Just because there's not enough headspace.
Yeah, there's not enough headspace. So moral of the story is the bulls get that about 50 kilos, maybe 40 kilos more than what the heifers are getting, just because there might be 1 or 2 more bulls per pen and 1 or 2 less heifers, and also the heifers wouldn't be as big as eaters as the bulls.
Yeah.
So the bulls are good grubbers, the heifers not so much, so that's why we just give them that bit less.
Yeah.
Otherwise, look, you could all give them the same, but then otherwise you come in the morning and then they have a heap of stuff in front of them, and then you're walking around saying, oh, what I do, so that's the reason we do that.
Get it all cleaned off and fed at the same time.
So,
and then we see some hungry cows here as well.
Hungry cows as well, they're eating some stuff a day. So second cut silage, a little bit wetter than we'd have hoped, but still,
that was due to the rain.
Still great silage this year. We're putting in a bit of straw just to get the stomach right, and so that the cows don't get too watery, scoured. We're also working with Devonish there too at the minute, so if you want to stay tuned for that, we've a feed
video coming up in them as well.
A few minerals going to be introduced. So the cows get 4.5 tonne of silage and 200 kilos of straw in with it as well.
Yeah.
And that'll do them for the day. We used to feed them twice a day, but we found a good bit of waste. Well, not a good bit of waste, but you'll have waste compared to what we have now. You pan around the shed, there's nothing. If it licked clean, far better job. You're feeding the weanlings anyway, quiet. Look, when you're calving the cows, maybe we'll probably just have to feed every second day. But now that we have the time, may as well do it right and do it well. So feed them every day.
Right, sure. We won't delay. We'll get cracking here. I'm not going to hold him up. He's a busy man. So as Jack just finishes off filling the diet feed, as you can see, 6820s on it. We did say the 34 to be on it, but there's a few technical issues there with the dash and stuff that is frying mixed head at the minute. Just explain what we're doing here now.
Right, so what we're doing here now is we're tagging our replacement heifers for 2023. So these will be our heifers that will be going to the bull first time around next year. We've a little white tag here. All it is a sheep tag. And the reason we're putting white this year is because we had green last year, so green is for our 2022, 2021 heifers, and this year at least it's white for 22, 23.
Yes, we know the difference.
It's an easy way of knowing, like, what, instead of going in and looking at the paperwork or looking on Herdwatch, it's a handy way. You just know by looking at the animal what year they were first served. So here's 1051 here now, good heifer. She is going to be kept. So we're going to pick 25 out altogether this year, same number as last year. It's just enough for the one bull. So 25 of the best ones for ourselves.
Very good.
Go from there.
Right, we'll go over here. We have one here and patient.
Right, so this is has been the daily routine for today and yesterday. We're giving them a fluke and worm dose, lungworms, any kind of parasites. And she's out the head scoop now. And also we've intranasal vaccine there as well. So this is to be administered down the throat. If you can get them. She likes that, Cathal. It's tasty. It's tasty. And then for the intranasal, you want to scoop up as high as possible, because if their head is down, it can run out their nose. So that's her done.
None really came out.
No, none really came out. That's well done. So the head scoop, you wouldn't do it without it. Not a hope in hell.
Great job.
As you can see, Cathal has this animal finely clipped, well shaven, and the reason we're shaving the backs and the tails is because this time of year when animals go into the shed, like a day like today, we're nearly getting ready to take the jacket off. It gets very clammy. We're not too bad, we've great ventilation, but if you're elsewhere in a shed where maybe you aren't getting much of a breeze or much ventilation into the shed, you could have a lot of trouble with cattle sweating. And they're not like us, we sweat at our armpits, and cattle sweat in between their tails here. and on their backs. So it's important to take the hair off their backs when they put on their winter coat and clip their tails. Tails aren't important, but it's more cleanliness. And you don't want to see tails hanging down and touching the ground. So that's the main reason we do it. And also it's a good prevention against pneumonia. If you have an animal that's clipped versus an animal that's not clipped, 9 times out of 10 that animal there, once they're vaccinated, shouldn't get pneumonia. So that's the reason we do that. Oh no! Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, go back, go back. It's alright.
Oh, sorry, my fault. We put them back in there, they'll come back round. It's just a continuous cycle, but we've another bunch here and we've another one to tag.
Another one to tag, 1005, she's a good big heifer,
yeah.
Broad. So what you'll be looking for in your replacements is basically a good all-around animal, good conformation, an animal with a bit of shape in the hind quarter. Yeah. Not too small or not too, a leggy animal isn't really a nice looking animal. Yeah, you want a bit of flesh on them too, but you don't want one that's up in the air. You just want a nice size one, and this is a perfect example here. You probably won't get a good picture in the crush, but when she be out, you'll see her.
Yeah, and you want a quiet one as well.
You want a quiet one, no, you don't want the mad ones or anything with butts of horns. A lot of them are polys, but you'll still have the few with horns.
So that's all from this week's video. Don't forget about Monday there, I'm going to be putting up an Instagram, so make sure you follow us today and get on it, because when it's gone, it's gone. So for myself, Jack, Connor, Hubble and the 6820, we'll talk to you all next Saturday. Good luck.